Started. Hey everyone. I thought it was important to get on today to pay tribute to the late Quincy Jones, who passed away at the age of 91. Had an incredible career as a music arranger, film composer, impresario, conductor, one of the finest record producers of all time. He began as a jazz arranger. Pretty incredible. I'm going to play some of his music here. And there's a couple video clips that I always love to come back to that I thought about making videos on because they're actually from one interview that he did, and there's two parts of this that I think are they're just brilliant. I'm gonna play them right now. Actually, this is him talking about melody. Okay, listen to this. This is I guess from the CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation interview.
When you were in the studio doing it, were there any moments where you thought to yourself, did you have any idea what impact that album was going to have?
I don't think of it like that. I think about what touches me. You know, I've never in my life ever done music for money or fame. Never, and never will. Because God walks out of the room then, and it's not sacred anymore. And it is sacred, you know. Because to me, melody is God's voice. It's clothed by lyrics, but melody is God's voice. That's the power.
And then this is him talking about, I think that was about Thriller. And this is another clip of him from the same interview. He's talking about Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Michael Jackson. That was on the Off the Wall record. Check this out.
When you were in the studio doing it, were there any moments where you thought to yourself, did you have any idea what impact that album was going to have?
I don't think of it like that. I think about what touches me.
Hold on.
I've never in my life ever done music for money or fame.
Sorry.
Never, and never will. Because God walks out of the room then, and it's not sacred anymore. And it is sacred, you know. Because to me, melody is God's voice. It's clothed by lyrics, but melody is God's voice. That's the power.
Sorry about that. This is the clip I was talking about. I don't know why this one didn't play here. Oh, I know why, because here it is. This is it.
Man, but look, we take his stuff and take it to another level.
He's talking about Thriller.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Or Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
It's very well known that Michael sent me a note. Could you please take off the violins in the introduction? No, it's messed up my groove. You know what that line was? Diddle 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 diddle. The identifying line on the goddamn song.
So he said, take it off?
Yeah.
And you said?
No way. You don't tell me what to do. No.
Who was right?
Well, what ended up on the record?
Yeah.
That's one of the strongest parts of the introduction. Diddle 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 diddle. With Ben Wright.
Yeah.
Ben Wright wrote that. This was a Motown arranger.
Wow, that to me. That is just absolutely. That's the story. You don't tell me what to do to Michael Jackson. I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm gonna play some Quincy music now. When you guys are watching on playback, those of you that come to this later, I have the monetization off here. If you see ads on here, that's because these people whose the music that I play, they'll probably put ads in here, but I'm not. This isn't. But honestly, it's the producer, I guess theoretically makes money off this. So here we go. I'm going to play some of Quincy's productions, but this is Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
you know, I was wondering, you know, if you could keep on, because the force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like
Listen how amazing this sounds. I was saying that the sounds phenomenal. You put on your headphones. This horn. What's great about this is all the live playing there. It's so grooving. The stereo imaging is amazing. The everything about this is incredible. There's so many dynamics to it. This is not compressed at all. It just sounds phenomenal. Not only is it a brilliant song, but it just pops right off the right off the tape at the time. I never got a chance to meet Quincy Jones. I have had many people that I've interviewed that work with Quincy Jones on records that he produced. One of the very funny stories that from the interview that I did here in the studio was with Chuck Rainey, the bass player that played on thousands of records. And he talked about doing the Sanford and Son theme that Quincy wrote. And that he has a mistake on the last note of it. He plays 1/2 step too high. I'm going to play you the theme. And he's like, he was so upset about it. He wanted to fix it. And Quincy's like, no, we're not going to fix it. This makes me look like a genius. Listen to this. Here we go. If any of you are listening on stereos, if you're listening on phones, if you're listening on a phone, put your earbuds in, because it sounds phenomenal. Listen to the imaging of this, the panning, the arrangement. So he's doing these arrangements. They're absolutely brilliant. But listen to where things are coming from all over the place, how stereo it is, and all the just live grooving. Listen again. Just put your headphones on if you have headphones, or listen through your stereo speakers. Listen. Woo! who's playing drums on that? That is just insane. That is absolutely insane. The organ sounds, like everything about that is just so good. Another person that I interviewed that Quincy produced, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a thing called Breezin' with the Breezin' with Benson. No, Breezin' with the Stars. It's a George Benson 4-day thing in Phoenix. Breezin' with the Stars, it's called, but it's a George Benson guitar. I don't know what you'd call it, like a 4-day experience, but it's got George Benson, Patty Austin, who Quincy also produced, Al Di Meola, Steve Lukather, who's I'm going to play Steve playing on a Quincy thing here in a second. Tommy Emmanuel, Corey Wong, Greg Fillinganes is the music director. I'm the MC on it, but it's a George Benson a 4-day event. I'll be interviewing George every day. Lee Ritenour is going to be on it. Stanley Jordan. It's amazing, all the people. Andy Timmons. Anyhow, I'm gonna make a little video about that after. But this is "Give Me the Night," George Benson. The arrangements, right?
Whenever dark is falling, you know the spirit of the party starts to come alive until the day is dawning. You can throw out all the blues and hit the city lights, 'cause there's music in the air and lots of loving everywhere. So give me the night. Give me the night. Give me the heat, action. A place to dine, a glass of wine, a little late romance. It's a chain reaction. We'll see the people of the world coming out to dance, 'cause there's music in the air.
So you'll notice a thing about these, the dynamics that are in these arrangements, right? These just sound absolutely phenomenal. Patty Austin, James Ingram, another Quincy production. This is also a Rod Temperton song. I think he wrote "Give Me the Night" too. He did.
When love was only in my mind, I realized
Same writer.
ain't no second chance. You got to hold on to romance. Don't let it slide. There's a special kind of magic in the air when you find another heart that needs to share. Baby, come to me. Let me put my arms around you. This was meant to be. And I'm also glad I found you. Need you every day. Gotta have your love around me, baby. Always stay. 'Cause I can't go back to living without you.
Beautiful. Here's another one, Just Once. This is a James Ingram with from Quincy album The Dude.
I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. 'Cause here we are back where we were before. Seems nothing ever changes.
Now, this song
Back to being
was written by Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, who also wrote the most complex pop song of all time.
Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong?
Oh man, come on.
Why we never last for very long? What are we doing wrong? Just once, can we find a way to finally make it right?
Wow.
Make the magic last for more than just one night.
Beautiful melody too.
We could just get to it. I know we could break through it.
I mean, that is an incredible song. That is so well written. Beautiful melody, incredibly well sung. Somebody said, was talking about soul bossa nova. I'm going back to 1962. So Quincy started out really as a jazz arranger. Jazz, when they say arranger, it's like you write the arrangements. And his career, I mean, he started doing arrangements on record in the mid 50s, I think 55 or so. The guy had an insanely long career. You know, when someone lives to be 91, it's it's, what do you say? You know, to me, this is, you celebrate their life. It's I don't think it's I don't get sad in the same way. It's just, to me, it's just amazing that the variety of stuff he did. He did I believe he did this record. This is like Frank Sinatra, Count Basie record. They did the arrangements on with the "Fly Me to the Moon." I'm pretty sure he did this big band arrangement on this.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
So, back in my 20s, when I was teaching, I conducted a big band for 5 years at Ithaca College, and that was a really not only that, but when I was in grad school, I took a semester off. I've never even told this story. I took a semester off to play in a big band in Aruba. This was in the fall, in the summer of 1985. So started in the summer, went to the fall. I took one semester off of grad school. And I played in a big band at this place called the Alhambra Casino. And I spent four or 5 months in Aruba. So I have a lot of background in big band music. And it's something I don't really talk about on this channel. It's not necessarily applicable to anything, except when I listen to this, it just brings me back to that time period. And there's nothing like hearing a great big band and a great big band arrangement. Nothing like it. Let's talk about the variety of stuff that Quincy did. For example, okay, so I just want to stop this for a second. So the story, when I interviewed Steve Lukather, who played the guitars and the bass on this, when they sent the tracks to Eddie Van Halen, who played the famous solo on it, somebody cut through the sync, the SMPTE code on it. So they had to recreate, because Eddie did not want to play on the part of the song that they had set aside as the solo. So he cut out the part that he wanted to solo on, did it, and sent it back to them. Well, Steve said that they didn't want to have to, they had to recut all the parts. So Quincy's like, okay, you need to do this. And so he cut the guitar parts and the bass, and they had to recut the drums because they didn't want to redo Michael's vocals, which were finished. So Jeff Porcaro created a click track with clicking his sticks together based on, I want to say it was just Michael's vocal, the headphone bleed from Michael Jackson's vocals. He was listening to it and created a click track, and then he and Luke played it together in order to, and then they finished it, and then Quincy said, I'm going to play more of the tracks so we hear the guitar solo. Then Quincy said, it's too rock. I need to get this on R&B radio and pop radio. So can you make the guitars not so distorted? So he went back and recut the guitars, just put a couple guitars in. So when you're listening to this, when I play it again, imagine this. Imagine Porcaro clicking his sticks together to create a click track, and then playing perfectly with this, with no click, with just that as a click track, and then Luke doing the guitars and bass on this. And so they wouldn't have to redo it. And then they had Eddie's solo on it. I mean, it's really insane. Listen to this.
They're out to get you, better leave while you can. Don't wanna be
Great guitars. Unbelievable, right? It wasn't me. Oh man, come on. Appreciate that. I'm not sure what you're saying there. So that there are so many interesting stories just about that track, you know? I mean, it's amazing. But if you think about it, it's basically Michael singing, Luke on the guitars and bass, Jeff Porcaro. That's it. And Van Halen playing the solo. But one of my favorite, on this particular record, on Thriller, this is the tune, really. Listen to that guitar part.
If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do it that way? Reaching out.
Now, one of the things about Bruce Swedien, who produced the record and engineered and mixed the record, Quincy produced it, obviously, is that he never compressed anything, really. That was kind of one of his things. He didn't use compression on the mixes. Now, obviously, Luke is playing with compression on his guitar part. That muted guitar is definitely compressed. But on the individual instruments, this is why this record is so punchy sounding. If you go through any of the songs on the record, it's super, super dynamic. And that's one of the kind of, I would say, hallmarks of those records that Bruce Swedien did with Quincy, is that they were not only fantastically well recorded, but they had incredible dynamic range. Basically the opposite of everything that is out today that is super squished. Off the Wall is very punchy too. It's pretty amazing. There's other things that he did, like obviously he produced We Are the World, right? You remember We Are the World?
Great big family and the truth, love is all we need.
Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
This is written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie.
You and me.
Now that might not be everyone's, you know, at the time it was great. I just saw a thing with Quincy talking Bob Dylan through his part on here. That was cool. I mean, people used to do stuff like this. The music business used to get together for causes back then, back in the 80s. It was a very, very different time. What else? You got the Brothers Johnson. Did you notice the key change that happens right on the verse? Woo! Thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. You just put on headphones. It wasn't me. I'm not sure what that. I don't know what that means. I don't read. I can't read Spanish, but thank you. Sean, thank you. You know, the thing that I hear this stuff, everything that I've played, it absolutely sounds phenomenal. The arrangements, I'm not sure what, I don't know why it sounds so good. It's just where everything is placed in the stereo image is amazing. Really is. All the parts, all the players. I mean, they get great players on all this stuff. But the recording of it is just impeccably good. And I should really have spent more time with the people that I've interviewed to talk more about Quincy Jones. Maybe I'll get together some people that I know that worked with Quincy, because a lot of the people I've interviewed have, and we'll talk more about this. So, anyways, very sad day, but I'm not sad. He lived lived to be 91 years old. We can only be so lucky. That's a great long life. So I just wanted to get on today and honor him. There's so much of his work out there that to check out and become familiar with. It's everything about it, the arrangements, the recording quality, just brilliant guy. So that's it for today. So leave your comments here. Thank you so much for coming on this Monday. And once again, Quincy Jones, 91 years old. Great life. Thank you for the music. See you guys.